Hi. How is everyone tonight? I hope everyone's had a good week so far. What's everyone up to? Where did it... I'll find it later. I do think that I have kept you guys waiting long enough. So, grab your Story Keeper's cup, grab a blanket, grab a stuffy if you have one, grab a pet and snuggle up because it's story time. I paced Diana's office. Reed's priorities would be to keep me from getting to the phone or computer and to keep me from escaping out the front gate. Eventually, he'd realize I had to be in the guest cottage and find a way to force me out. Keeping me from calling for help was easy enough. He had my cell phone. The landline was useless. And now, he had the only computer in the house, too. I felt faint and flushed. Oh, you guys are slowly falling. There we go. Where was I? Now that I knew his secret, there was no way he would let me live, which meant I had to either find a way out or be his next victim. I could scream and hope someone heard, but by the time anyone came to help, Reed would have found me. There was no way out. I was trapped. I made my way back upstairs to the main floor of the guest cottage, looking for something to use as a weapon. My best chance for escape would be to knock Reed unconscious and then run for my life. Sorry. Kinda tired. A baseball bat could work, or even a broken chair leg. In the end, the best I could find was a metal base of an old lamp. I dropped the bucket out the window and began to climb out. As I left, I looked at the I looked at the closet door in the corner of the room. And that's when I remembered. My father's old laptop was in my bedroom closet. Reed didn't even know it existed. I scanned the yard. Hi, welcome in. Sorry, the neighbors were being loud. Okay, where was I? I scanned the yard for a full 60 seconds before scrambling to the trellis. Are they done? Okay. And climbing back up. I had to leave my lamp behind, but there would be other blunt objects inside the main house. Once I had silently hauled myself through the window, I dropped into an army crawl, sorry, my brain. Oh, thank you. And began dragging myself slowly toward my room. Passing by the stairwell, I saw Reed sitting on the step just outside the open front door. He looked composed and relaxed, but there was tension in his posture, and I knew he was keeping close watch on the yard. Sorry. Sleep well. I held my breath and kept going. Finally, I made it to my bedroom door, which was closed. As quickly as I could, I eased up off my elbows and turned the knob. Sorry, someone's texting me. I can't word today. God damn, my brain won't work. Grasping it with both hands to keep the catch from snapping back after I turned it. And then I was in the room. Closing the door behind me, it slid shut with only the slightest whisper of sound. I am so sorry. I reached up and turned the lock, but it wasn't the kind of lock that would keep someone out. Not if they really wanted to get in. I ran to the closet and grabbed the old laptop and a pair of running shoes. I locked myself in the bathroom to buy some extra time in case Reed figured out where I was. I carried the computer in, set it on the counter, and plugged it in. The screen slowly lit up. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Then, to my horror, it made a loud boot up sound. It took an eternity for the home screen to load, but there was still no sign of Reed. I was safe for the moment. I loaded up the web browser and deleted all of my social network accounts. I deleted all my social network accounts months ago. So unfortunately, I couldn't log into Facebook and post, "Help, he's trying to off me," to a concerned group of people who would be able to find me right away. I searched for contact police online, but the results were useless. A bunch of people complaining about not being able to contact the police online. There were a few police departments contact us. Sorry, I keep skipping words. My brain is not working. Forms which I figured would get me rescued in about a week and a half if Reed would be kind enough to postpone his serial offing for a while. My brain is not working, and sometimes I just want to smack my brain because it doesn't work. I decided to send an email blast to all my contacts. Something like, "Send the police to my house ASAP." I'm so sorry. I opened a new blank message, selected every name in my address book, and in the subject I typed, "Send police immediately, 2121 Sunbird Lane, Hollywood." I was about to hit send when I decided to add to the body of the email, "Not a joke, alone with Reed Thornton, Hollywood offer, please help, Willa." I moved the mouse to the send button and clicked it. I sat back, watching the little wheel spin. Not surprising, considering all the addresses had hit. My brain's slowly shutting down. Not surprising, considering all the addresses it had to send to. And then the lights went off. Reed had cut the power. Oh no. The laptop ran out of battery, so the screen stayed lit. Or ran on battery. But the spinning wheel stopped. An error message popped up on screen. Error sending message. No wireless connection detected. A few seconds later, I heard the approaching clunk of distant footsteps coming up the stairs. After a slight pause and the rattling of the stupid, useless lock on the door, he entered my bedroom. Oh no. "Hey, Willa." Reed's voice had a hollow cheerfulness to it. "It's me. Are you alright?" I said. "I'm not feeling very well. I'd kind of like to be alone." "Is it from your fall?" he asked. "Why don't you come out and I can drive you to an urgent care place? You should probably get looked at." "No, it's nothing like that." I ran a hand through my hair. "It's kind of embarrassing. Just a stomach thing. I actually called my mom before. She should be here any second. You can go. He paused, and for a second, I thought I might have fooled him. Hi, welcome in. There was a soft impact on the door, and I cowered away before realizing that he was leaning against it. Just out of curiosity, he said, "What exactly are you typing in there?" My whole body began to shake. I already emailed my mom and Jonathan. They'll be calling the police any second. You're bluffing, Reed said in a light, pleasant tone. I know you're upset, and I think we should talk. Why don't you come out? If you run now, you can get away, I said, before the police get here. He shook the door, a sound that made me nearly pass out from fear. It's important that you know that I've been through this before. He said Sorry, my brain just lagged. All the diplomacy gone from his voice. And someone's texting me again. Hi, welcome in. And I always win. I felt a tightening at the base of my throat. I can take the door down if I have to, he said, but that's going to make me unhappy, and if I'm unhappy, I can promise you're going to be even unhappier. A sob came from someplace deep in my body near my heart. My teeth gritted and my eyes squeezed themselves shut, and I forced it back down. I couldn't lose control. Now, Reed said, and his voice was perfectly even and pleasant. Which of us is going to open the door? Give me 1 second, I have to adjust. What are you going to do to me? I asked. That's no concern of yours, he said. Open the door, Willa. You offed those girls. All of them. As I spoke, using my own words to cover, I knelt and opened the cabinet under the sink. Sorry, I skipped a line, so. I reached around in the dark until my hand hit a piece of sharp metal. The towel bar that Paige had so kindly pulled out of the wall. I don't understand why you're doing this, Reed. You'll get caught. There's no way they won't connect you to the other offings if you off me. If I decide I want your perspective, I'll ask for it, he said. Open the door. My hand trembled so badly that it fell away from the lock twice before I could twist it. I had time to think. Is this the worst mistake of my life? As Reed opened the door, I raised the towel bar and swung it at him, and made contact with the side of his head. Hard. He howled and toppled over. I rushed past him, scrambling down the stairs so fast I thought I might miss a step, and go tumbling head over heels. Willa, Reed yelled, his voice thick with rage. I didn't stop to look back. Sorry, my goddamn brain. I ran straight for the front door. I think after this I'm gonna go to bed. God, I'm tired. And reached up to turn the deadbolt. Only I couldn't. This was an old-fashioned lock, where you need a key to get through it from either side. You could get locked in just as easily as you could get locked out. I'd never thought about it before, because we always left the key in it. But now it was gone. I turned and ran for the double doors to the backyard. I had shoes on now. I would climb over the fence and escape through the ravine. Reed thundered through the hall as I sprinted across the tile, toward the gate, down into the cactus orchard. While I ran, I tried letting out a blood-curdling scream, but screaming used up energy. I needed to outrun someone who was stronger and faster than me. The shaky rock steps leading down the first terrace wobbled beneath my feet, and I nearly lost my balance. The next terrace was a 6-foot drop, so I ran along the edge toward the stairs on the far side. I should have jumped. Reed did. By the time I got to the stairs, he was already down at my level, only a few yards away. His face and hair were bloody, his eyes lit up with fury. There wasn't time to run. I had to stay and fight. I raised the towel bar and went to hit him with it again, but he caught my wrist in midair and wrenched my arm behind my back, yanking the towel bar away and tossing it down the hill. I tried to scream, but he pulled me back against his chest and clapped his hand over my mouth. A bitter, awful scent flooded through my nose and burned my throat, and I realized that he was holding a wet rag over the lower half of my face. I tried to fight him off, but already my arms and legs were quickly growing heavy. I ended up clawing weakly at his wrist with my free hand, dropping back toward him like a rag doll. He released my arm and then gently lowered me to the ground, the claws still resting on my face. The worst part was that he didn't even have to hold on to me. All I could do was lie there on the ground, inhaling pungent fumes. It was my last chance to fight, but I didn't even have the strength to try. Behind the rag, I opened my mouth to try and shout, but the sound that escaped was like a mule or a scared kitten. Reed leaned over me, a smile on his blood-spattered lip. "You've been a bad girl, Willa," he whispered. Then I closed my eyes. And that, my beautiful, beautiful raindrops, is the end of chapter 33. As it is getting close to the weekend, I will not be back tomorrow, but I will be back on Monday with chapter 34, and if I'm not back on Monday, I'll be back on Tuesday. Please do tell me your thoughts and theories in the comments. I am always in those comments, and I love hearing your thoughts and theories, but until then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, my beautiful raindrops. Stay spooky, stay weird, stay dreaming, and don't let the Mave Cats bite.